And is this DVD party, does this feel like the end of a very long roller coaster?
It does. It's really, really sad actually being here because it's the last thing really to do with Harry Potter, like for us working on it. But like Harry Potter is always going to live on, not just with the movies. You've got the books, you've got the park here, so we're going to have it for many, 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 many years, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel like Seamus is part of you now after that long time?
100%. Like Seamus was part of me after like 2 weeks, you know. He's I find I'm very much like Seamus in my everyday life, you know, so it's pretty cool.
How does the Wizarding World compare to walking on set and actually working there?
It's so much better, you know. Like, we'd only be filming like say one scene, one small little thing. So you've got to think, you've only got like a small little set. Either side of you, it's just like scaffolding and just bits of mess here and there. So getting to be here, you've got everything put together. All the sets are all decorated. You've got honeydukes, you've got Ollivanders, and it's just really, really cool to have the whole experience.
Who is your favourite person to work with out of the past 11 years?
Probably either Ivana or Brendan Gleeson. Just two fellow Irish people, but they're really, really cool. Matthew Lewis as well, he's just, because Neville and Seamus are always together, Andy and Thomas with Alfie, it was really, really cool, you know. Really good friends.
Did you work with Don Gleeson at all?
Donald, yeah, we didn't get to work that much together, but yeah, he's a really, really cool guy and really, really funny guy.
What are you planning next?
Well, at the moment I took a while out of acting to concentrate on my horses. Because of Harry Potter I had to give up for 6 years.
Oh wow.
So I got back into it once Harry Potter finished, and it's been going really, really well. But now, maybe in the new year, I'll hopefully try and get a movie or two. Fingers crossed.
That's fantastic, thank you so much.
No problem.
My character is very different from the book and very different from the initial ideas when we first started doing it. So I did get a little bit of input, mostly to do with the costume and the wig. Because I've worked with a costume designer, Jenny, on a British film before. We were very good friends. So they wanted to make me look like some sort of street urchin, you know, like some sort of bum. And I'm not having that. So we came up with this, which is very teen voguey. We came up with this sort of Rod Stewart meets Adamant meets
a lot of mixed prints.
It was Scabior, and there's a few things thrown in there, which was really cool. I really like the look. And the wig with the red stripe and that, you know, and a little bit of jewellery from Camden Market. So we sort of contemporise it a little bit. So it's different from me, different from. There's an element of alter ego. It's a bit more adamant than I am.
Did you have fun playing that?
What's that?
Did you have fun playing that?
Yes, I couldn't have had more fun. I could have had more fun. I've been locked up, but it was great. I'm the guy that chases kids through the woods. Brilliant.
How has your life changed since becoming part of this massively popular series?
Well, you know, there was a time when people say, I know the face, but what I can't remember the name. But now, you know, people know the name, and then you know, all the fans from before they start associating now. So it's like just out of proportion, you know.
Yes, and a lot of those fans are kids. Is it different or cool or unique to have so many young fans or fans, you know, who are 7, 8 years old come up to you and recognize you?
Yeah. It's amazing because, you know, you do movies like Black Hawk Down and so on that kids are not allowed to go to see, or Layer Cake or The Interpreter or something like that, you know. But when the Harry Potter films, you know, will have people, their parents and the kids, so it's really brilliant.
Did you do any personal moves when you were using your wand or add any sort of Harris flair?
Yeah, man. You know, there were some better scenes in Order of the Phoenix that they didn't put in, but maybe it might be on the DVD.
Oh, hopefully.
So have a look.
What kind of stuff did you do?
Oh, some very dexterous things, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
You shared a pretty sweet story in the press conference last night with your daughter for the audition. Were there any other moments like that where she or other family members or got to share the Harry Potter experience?
No, no. My daughter was just in the one movie, but my kids came along to the studios once or twice, and my wife was a teacher. She brought a group of her school kids to see to watch the filming in the Great Hall about 5 years ago. And there were a group of the kids who were special needs students, and and they got to meet Daniel during a lunch break, and he chatted to them all and got all their names, and then a year later when we came back to do the movie, the next one, he came down the corridor. He was the first person I saw when I turned up, first day of filming, and he turned up with his dad in the corridor, and he gave me an A4 size envelope, and in it were like about a dozen colour full-size photographs and personally signed to every kid he'd met the year before.
Oh, that's great.
That's the kind of guy he is.
That's wonderful.
He'd remembered, you know, and it was like, even though it was a year, and he was apologising for leaving it so long. And I thought he was a very impressive young man.
With most of the actors that you work with being so young, the students, were you immediately impressed by them, even at 10, 11?
Yes, I mean, because when you're 10 years old, you don't have, as an actor, the technique that you develop for film or theatre or whatever, but there's just a natural instinct about them, and they had that. But there's no way of knowing that they would develop into 20, 21-year-olds and dealing with issues of adolescence and young adulthood and falling in love and fear of failure or whatever. And I thought the kids all handled it really. Not only the main three kids, but all the young cast. They've all grown into their roles and dealt with it brilliantly and stayed nice with it as well.
Oh, definitely. Hi, Rupert. In the DVD, we saw Ron's original epilogue makeup. What was your first reaction to seeing yourself aged that much?
Yeah, it was quite horrific. Yeah, especially the first attempt. It really showed how married life with Hermione really was quite scary. Yeah, I mean, I think they just went a bit too kind of over the top with it. I think that the later version was just a case of bringing it down a little bit, kind of shrinking the foreheads a little bit, and stuff like that. So it was a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Which do you prefer for Ron?
What's that?
Which makeup? Yeah, the old Ron or the slightly old Ron?
Well, actually, the first one was quite fun. You really got into, because I had this huge fat suit on and all this kind of makeup on my face and teeth, and you really did kind of get immersed into that character. So that was quite fun.
Oh, excellent.
What are you going to miss most now that the movie's older?
Just the people, really. We kind of had this kind of family. We saw each other every day, and now we don't so much. So it's hard to get used to that, but it's great to see them here.
Now since all films have been released, presumably the next big thing is a big, ultimate, one-of-a-kind box set. Are there certain things that fans can look forward to seeing there that you haven't released yet, or you would like to put on there?
I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I'm not sure yet what the additional content will be, because we were involved in making and releasing the film, and now getting this DVD out with the additional content. And I haven't sat down with anyone yet to discuss what the big box, the ultimate collection will be. But they're very excited about getting it out there, so it will be special. It will be special.
Is there one thing that you would like to put on there, or just commentary? Is that something that you would be open to doing?
Well, I would. I tell you, the difficulty is, because we've been working on these films for so long, it's actually remembering everything that happened and how things happened. That would be my only concern about doing a producer's conference, but maybe David Haven and I, between us, I can remember enough to make it interesting enough to have it on there.
No, definitely. The Oscar race is something that people are talking about for Potter. Are there particular elements or things in Part 2 that you would like to see featured in the campaign or recognized by the Academy?
Well, generally speaking, I'd like some recognition for the incredible group effort that's gone into making the series of films, and this film in particular. And you look at Stuart Craig and his production design and his team, the visual effects, incredible visual effects, the special effects, the costumes. There are so many things which I think, and I'm obviously biased, but I don't think I'm speaking from a biased point of view, that are of the highest standard, actually. You can't get a film that has more design in it than a Harry Potter film, more visual effects than a Harry Potter film, and the costume, there's so many costumes that are all individually made and designed, and I think that we were lucky enough to work with an incredible group of people, and I'd love to see them recognised.